doesn't hit that shot, then KGB has a whole lot of problem trying to hold on to that one angle. So he plays a significant factor in holding that catwalk.
So we go into the second map now. It's going to be Dust2, TSM starting on the T side here. 4 sets of armor for them, and Carrigan once again playing that utility play, chucking smoke off towards Xbox it seems now. And now the CT's not showing too much aggression. They have got Olofmeister pushing off short though, just trying to gather some key information there. Smoke does go off there. Olofmeister still facing, not going to be backing down just yet, and that kill is absolutely vital. That's exactly his job, and Pronax chimes as well on the kill to Dupree.
So double for Fnatic, nothing so far in response from TSM. And they'll make it even worse as now they take down Kerrigan. Bomb dropped it long as well. And JW rotating around, spotting up Device, able to get that shot. No kills so far for TSM on this first pistol. Tries to use the pull. Cheeky stuff from JW, but again, and eventually Xyp9x will get at least 1 kill to their name, but that might be all he gets, and it will be Fnatic 1-0, starting things off strong on Dust2.
So you'll see a lot of teams do that on the CT side. Normally it's 2 people boosted up, so you're allowed to have that kind of one gets the kill. You can have backup there with utility as well, but when you've got a player like Olofmeister, that smoke to Xbox, the T throw down, actually helped him out, you know, because he knew instantly then he can't actually get shot from lower B. He gained some sort of control there. Pronax did very well as well. He got 2 frags here towards long, but Olofmeister opening things up. Fantastic stuff by him, and this is the second frag coming in from Pronax out of your screen. But that's a really textbook round for Fnatic and a really great start for them to get back into this. So TSM will be buying back. Tech9's full set of armor as well. Xyp9x going for that early frag of the Desert Eagle in the long doors there. Doesn't manage to land any damage and taking quite a lot himself. He's got a levy left on 32 HP there, but the T's getting that mid control and potentially could set themselves up for a mid split here. Carrigan has got the smoke grenade, which goes down towards CT spawn now.
And look at this position for the P90. Pops out. He takes a lot of damage on a second peak JW, but able to pick up 3 kills. It's more than enough on this anti-eco situation as KGB actually kills his teammate. It looked like it was Crims to get it, but KGB made it interesting. Got 2 more afterward, at least compensated for the difference, but in the end, it's still Fnatic now 2-0. And with keeping 3 members up, they won't have to invest too much more into this round, and it'll be a full save from TSM.
Yeah, we saw Xyp9x utilizing that long spawn he had. Just wanted to get that chance headshot with the Desert Eagle, but look at them lining up. They went for the mid split, that 1 smoke they had. Going towards CT spawn, JW just clearing up here. Crims gets 1 and goes with that little knife kill at the end. Unable to land it, occasion B killing his teammate, but this should be a full eco now coming in from TSM. You can see some P250s, but Fnatic just going to be taking advantage of the situation. A little bit of some cheeky play here from JW. Not even using his main weapon, the UMP, just going to be trying to utilize those 1-bullet headshots from USP, but one player from TSM does get up to short.
Damage done, though.
Down he goes, though.
Yeah, and the nade comes in from Flusha to finish him off. KGB will get JW right back, though. Was out through middle doors and then fell back, so they weren't able to secure the gun. Actually, take that back. They did pick up the UMP. So they are able to pick up the SMG, and now they're going to look toward B with it. Dupree has bomb. Device still sitting on catwalk, wants to spot the rotation, but they've gone as soon as he took his eyes off of it. The problem is now they're stacked up on the opposing side of those doors, and he might have called it as clean. So with KGB and Dupree heading back over toward catwalk, Olofmeister is going to be in a perfect position. Meanwhile, though, Device has picked up Flusha, and now the push comes through. Olaf with at least 1 to work with, tries to switch guns because he ran out of ammunition. As a result, he's gone down, and it's back to a 2 versus 2. So Fnatic not necessarily getting away with this round as quite as efficiently as they would have hoped. And also, with only 2 players left, Crims on a pistol, it actually almost favors TSM here with weapons.
Well, the thing that's working in Fnatic's favor right now is the time remaining, 30 seconds, and you can see that Molotov is holding them off a little bit longer. They actually haven't got any players towards A whatsoever now, so if TSM were to make their way onto the bomb site, obviously it's much easier to say that from our point of view, but now they are going to make their way onto it. They should get the bomb down. It's going to be a full retake required from Fnatic.
Next, already coming up from catwalk, though, is able to catch Device before the bomb gets planted. And it leaves Dupree with the UMP rather than the FAMAS that was out in the hands of his teammate. And now he's stuck on top of the site, tries to get aggressive with his peaks, but eventually Crims just fires through the boxes. And he'll catch the edge of his head. It's going to be 3-0 now for Fnatic. But again, it was a full save, so not a bad effort. This will force more economy from Fnatic on a CT side and bring guns out for the T's.
And definitely not a bad effort whatsoever, considering they just had P250s and some Glocks. Did some great work there. JW will be make it 2, so double orb setup coming in. So JW and Flush are going to be wielding those, and there's going to be no orbs so far from TSM. That's the problem with going in with that force buy in the second round. They did get the bomb down, so able to force out a nice little buy here in terms of full AKs, but the double orb setup, famously very hard to actually get through the defense force field here.
Well, and Dust2, it definitely works wonders, but I'm wondering if this is almost too much too soon. Obviously, they've still got a FAMAS and a P90 in play. If they can't find early picks with these AWPs and they lose them early enough, it's a huge investment and forces them on the back foot instantly.
Well, they've pushed Flusha boosted up onto short there. Didn't spot the T that came into him, just misses out by a millisecond. Now he'll be made redundant, he's going to have to fall back to the site. Potentially could just hold this angle here, uses a smoke grenade just to give himself some time, and the T's have to hold on there. But the other AWP is going to be JW, making his way back to B, smokes it off, and just going to be looking out for that mid-split as well.
So JW and Olaf have a decent crossfire set in that mid position as the smoke at the door does leave a slight gap at the top so they could spot catwalk. Fortunately for TSM, they've managed to get on top of the box and not be sighted, so Dupree will join his teammates. And with Olaf pushing back down in toward that CT and the smoke now in that drop position, Kerrigan's going to go, and this is the similar position to what I was talking about with Xyp9x. He now has to hold off because Flusha gets overwhelmed and he's a little bit late to get the kill. Regardless, he does in the end, but it gives up the A site. And that is exactly the play that the player in CT needs to watch for. If a man drops down, he has to hit the shot. As we saw, Flusha there just couldn't do anything about being attacked from both angles. They try and jump over top of the Molotov, but Pronax will go down. And TSM is in a great position, not done just yet to take away their first gun round. And again, the double op setup. Was it bought out too soon? They're actually going to fall off. This Crim's looking for a different angle and in fact just wants to pick up the second AWP. And Device knows he's done that, so he'll be able to call it this is a save now.
Yeah, really nice tidy round there from TSM, actually doing the perfect counter to that double orb setup. They showed really great presence towards middle there, getting the smokes out, taking away some vision, and committing Cage and B to that area well, just to get the CT spawn players and the guy outside B with the orb as well, just to be concentrating on that so much. They drop a player down for the CT spawn, push up to the air ramp, and then find their frags, and the CT's finding himself in almost impossible retake position now. And now we have Device getting the AWP. Fnatic do save an AWP as well, but so they're going to have a chance here to do something with this. They're going to have 4 pistols and the AWP, and actually be force buying as well with the Scout, Famous, and a 5.7. Actually got double AWPs themselves, so I'm surprised they had that money at the end to it. So they saved an AWP. And what can they do with this now?
Olaf limited to the 5.7. Again, I mean, this does give them big guns to work with, and there's the pick that's required. Taking down Device immediately. And that's inside Suicide as well, so JW keeps his eyes on that so they can't go recover that AWP. Dupree gets forward of the door position. Xyp9x has actually made it past the long cave, but the problem is they've got a crossfire on him, and they're going to actually jump over top. Is Olaf going to get around this? As the first flash comes out, and he's not ready for it, so now it's 2 kills for Fnatic, untraded so far, and JW almost collects more through that doorway. Instead, they're going to walk down catwalk. Flusha gets dropped again. It's Dupree with the kill, but still, they've got 2 players on long and a gap in that smoke that will leave Dupree in the open. He's able to stay alive through that flash, but Olafmeister continuing on with pressure. Great response, though, again from Dupree to take down Pronax.
So they have got the A bomb site control now. It's going to be a player in form of Olafmeister down towards long, but JW coming up short, picks up both frags there. Cage and B and Dupree go down. The bomb does get planted, but that's a big round for Fnatic there. Going for that aggressive mid-face at the start of the round. JW takes down the first AWP player, and then they get back into that round. It's a play we saw we said they had to make on Inferno. When you're up against the ropes, you've got a couple of players on force buys. You need to find that first entry flag just to secure the round for you when you're a bit behind there in terms of the economy. So TSM winning one round, then losing the subsequent one, only going to get rewarded with $1,400 this round, but actually they get to get the bomb down, so they get an extra $800 as well, but still difficult times for them in terms of the actual money buys going into this one. So that double AWP setup is going to stay true for Fnatic so far, and it's always another force buy coming from TSM. Interesting, because they're going to have 3 AKs and a Tech 9 and a CZ here. They have got a decent amount of grenades, so could be interesting what they do. I'd expect more of a strategic play from this time. It's going to be difficult to work the picks. There we go. CT is going to be taking over long. And then we have 3 terrorists going towards the B tunnels now with the bomb as well. So you can see 4 players coming to this. This is definitely more of a set piece coming in.
JW has also pushed through those double doors to try and spot into lower, but he might get caught off right now. He's holding the angle. He wants the peek to come out, tries to hit the shot. Crims, meanwhile, does, but look at that from JW. The up-close no-scope, and Fnatic obliterate TSM again as they try and walk in. Finally, response at least 1, but JW comes through again with that AWP. And it's just Device remaining. He's inside the B site. He's got no one else inside with him, so home alone with bomb, but it's so problematic. Manages to actually, through the smoke, catch Olafmeister. JW's given up on the AWP as a result of it. And it's aggressive play, but Flusha is luckily in a good position to get the trade there, because then it was 2 versus 1 with bomb inside B. It might have gone to Device.
So the force buy coming in there from TSM. They just opt to walk into the B bomb site. I think we missed the kills that Crims picked up, but I can't imagine how he got it from. I assume from the platform on the bomb side. Let's see if we can. Okay, so he's at the window area. That's actually amazing stuff. You've got the M4 to pick up 2 frags there. Nice little controlled spray, both headshots, and JW with that little no-skip as well, taking down the mid player and actually securing the round there. So this is going to put TSM after that force buy into pretty much a full eco here. They have 3 Glocks, a Desert Eagle, and a P250 on Zipex. Going to be going for some mid control. JW might find himself the spot of Bobber here. He takes a lot of damage, actually dies to Device, and now they actually have the man advantage. They pick up the AWP as well. Meister coming back, does some decent damage, but has to fall back as well now.
But it is a start for the AWP and pistols of TSM. And Device looking hot early on so far in this game. 6 kills. He was a bit slow to get rolling on Inferno, so it's up to his teammates now. Again, T-side not their claim to fame on this map, but usually it doesn't fail them heavily either, so they will need to get something rolling. Can they start now? Apparently not. Fnatic has none of it. Olaf Meister's going to take down KGB, or rather Kerrigan, excuse me. KGB falls to Crims. Follow that up as Zipex and Dupree meet the same fate from the same player. As Device, the only one so far to pick up anything since that initial frag, and Olaf Meister's going to lurk onto his position quite quickly as he just walks down with the M4. And although Device was able to get Pronax, it is going to be the 6th round now for Fnatic.
Yeah, Fnatic there, after even losing the first player there, they read the situation really well, got themselves that double face towards the B tunnels, and actually Kerrigan was the actual last chancer. He needed to find another frag to even give them an entrance to that bomb site. So that wasn't going to happen. They shut him down, and like you said, Fnatic get the 6th round on the board. TSM, let's see what buy they can bring to it. Kerrigan going to be picking up the AWP now. We saw Device rolling with it before, and Fnatic still trying to just stabilize that bank account, being some close rounds. It's going to be Pronax onto the Famous there. It's still JW with that AWP though. He's going on short though. He's been boosted up, going for the aggressive pick, and actually goes all the way towards suicide and gets a huge headshot on the Kerrigan there. What a massive pick that was. That's the AWP player as well. So huge sculpt to take down. And now that's his job done, really. They can just play a much more passive game. Pronax does take some damage, but that's a fantastic pick, and that's just a JW thing. That's all his sort of thing, and JW picks up once more onto Dupree.
Yeah, big kill to get as well, because Pronax has already gone low on long, and Flusha was actually losing that battle due to the fact that he just deployed a nade, so didn't quite have the gun drawn in time. So saves his teammate, gives him a 2-man advantage. Again, that was a really impressive fast play, it has to be said, to get on catwalk.
Well, that's the kind of stuff.
And had the confidence to go past the corner as well.
That's the kind of plays you need to be doing. Even when you have the advantage, just going for those surprising plays that actually catch the T's out of position completely. I don't think anyone would have expected that. Pushing off short, jumping down to Xbox, going for the shot. Like, it's not really something you plan for.
TSM had 2 players working into lower tunnels, but they weren't quite there in time. That's how quick JW was about getting that done. So really good call off of his spawn. Smoke now is going to deploy on top of CT. JW just missing the shot on the second player to cross over from TSM, so they still have 3 members up. And Device is desperate to find an opening, but in the process, they've lost 1 more member. KGB gone. It's a 2 versus 5, and they're slowly going to get pushed through tunnels. They do catch Pronax. It was the low HP player looking for that information. But with 18 seconds, I think they're just going to elect to save this already.
Yeah, 14 seconds on the clock. Not really much you can do in this situation. They have got the AWP still. There's Apex with the AK as well and the bomb. So just going to try and stay in T-spawn. You can see the CTs are hungry for blood here. Olaf Meister making his way there, just waiting for the time to run. That's the ideal time to kill the terrorists, because then obviously they go into the next round of no money. But he's not going to be committing to this fight. He hasn't got his teammates to back him up, so just looking for any sort of information he could get. But headline is, Device still has the AWP, Zipex has the AK, so let's see what they can do with that. JW presumably still has the AWP. There he goes. He's going to actually purchase that himself. And here's the pick once again. That's a kind of play. Like, I don't think I've seen anyone do that really. Like, you can push up short, sure, but you don't really go for those picks there. And he actually was mid-air. Kerrigan, sit down. That is a huge headshot to take there. Yeah. And 7-1 now. That's another force buy coming in from TSM. Tech 9s of armor, and that AWP on Device.
And they're going to go fast through long. Crossfire already set up, though. Olaf's come down to join Pronax because he's made the call that they've made it through the doorway at the very least. And Zipex actually hits the first shot, so this does favor TSM slightly. JW's low, and Pronax, although he does get Cajun B, is low as well, but JW, he'll follow up. And now things get awkward as TSM, they've eventually run into a wall. They can't find their way forward, and Pronax is still alive. And hesitation from Dupree leaves him in the open for Flusha to catch him off guard. So a good teamwork right now from Fnatic, as every play is calculated. A second member always showing up before TSM can take any advantage whatsoever, and it's left to Kerrigan, who, again, shall not pass. It's going to be 8-1.
Yep.
And this is, yeah, I mean, this is a full loss round bonus now, but it doesn't really help the fact that they're still low on money.
You get $3,500, but if you're not going to be getting any kills and you're not stringing anything together, A1, TSM looking like they're going to have to do the quasi-buy here. Basically means you can get Tech 9s, some armor, some utility. As long as you keep your bank balance around the 2K mark, it means you go into the next round a really healthy buy. So Fnatic looking really strong here. They're mixing it up almost every single round. JW this time going to be heading towards the B-bomb side. So last time we saw him push towards short. This time he's just going for that straight on face as well. Not even going on the platform. He's going straight up for that B tunnel's face. Olofmeister on short as well. Just going to be trying to bait out something from the T's here. Just throwing some presence, showing some presence there. And the T's, not really much to work with. Flusher does chuck his incendiary onto Xbox there.
Flusha spamming through, just getting back to CT, but again, support system's in play. JW's there, so even if they want to push, he's in good position to defend his teammate, and actually does further than that, catching CageNB off, trying to get back on top of Xbox, but that does imply that TSM is working up, and the no armor on Olof makes a huge difference as that aim punch comes in. He gets dinked in the head. Rather gushed, as it were, and with no helmet, but 15 HP left on him, is still alive, and TSM are losing members rapidly. JW tries to catch Device through the wall, and although we will get Olofmeister in the end, Fnatic are looking impenetrable right now. This is impressive stuff. Again, TSM normally so good on Dust2, not getting anything going.
This is why I said before getting into the game, I really like their CT side. I think they've got a really strong setup there, and they read their opponents really well. T side so far, a lot left to be desired. They haven't actually had any real impact here. They've got one round on the board so far. They've got the double AWP set up themselves. Both teams are rolling with that. So you're going to assume TSM are going for a very pick-heavy game, waiting for that aggression to come in from Fnatic. But what is the plan here? You can see more players being boosted up onto short, and 3 players with TSM heading towards the B tunnels as well. So interesting round coming up. It's going to be Carrigan with the AWP in lower B. This is the play they're expecting. Actually misses a really crucial shot there. Can he make up for it? He does. Takes down JW, but Olofmeister answers back, taking down Zipex. He's going to find himself in a horrible position here at the top of mid. But what does it matter? It's Olofmeister. He gets 2 kills and stabilizes the round to 3-on-3.
And that's big. That's huge that he's able to go that far. Bomb, by the way, is all the way back in T-spawn, so Device has to go back for that. And Kerrigan, that's a big pick to get. Flusha, just the top of his head. Only a pixel required for Kerrigan. And now they've got something to work with, but Pronax, keep in mind, is still in the B site on the platform as well, and Device is leading the bomb off to that position. But as we say it, commentator's curse, Pronax leaves that position. Because how common is it that we see one player stay quiet in that back platform position and pop up at the worst possible moment? Either way, as that bomb waits in tunnels, the other 2 TSM members are pushing in the middle. That's where Pronax is waiting. Almost lines up both, but Kerrigan, but despite going down, is avenged by CageNB. Now it's left to Device inside the site. They've brought the bomb over. And that's Crims coming from middle that has to go against them. And they've got plenty of money, so no doubt in my mind. Actually, I take that back. He's only got 1,300. They've kept this relatively close. So I was going to say no doubt in my mind he'll go for this, but he'll only go if he finds the first pick, and that's not even going to be allowed. Device nails it. This resets the round loss bonus, but again, things are tight right now for Fnatic.
Yeah, really tight. You can see them with like average about 3K across the team here. They can't really justify force buying into this. I would not recommend that. That's where this thing starts spiraling out of control, and you give TSM a real window to get back into this one. So hopefully we'll just see the CZ buy from them. You can see JW can justify with some head armor there as well. Not really sure why you would do that. You don't need any head armor against the AKs, but there we go. His decisions, his choices. But double AWP setup still going to be working for TSM. 2 rounds on the board for them. Just going to be presumably taking things easy here as the very fast play coming in once again for Fnatic, pushing offshore, and actually JW getting all the way to the top of middle, undetected. Zipex not going to be expecting this, does hear him, and he's going to get that call off as well, so the T's need to react to this before players start dropping.
And Flush is going to try and push through long A to join him, knowing that he's got them pushed back. Device is able to hit Olaf down through middle, but JW hit Zipex, and now Device has to go on the retreat. They're going to push all the way to T-spawn, and he's got no one nearby, so if he misses these op shots, the pistols could wreak havoc right now, and eventually he just gives up on the fight and heads toward B, but they've got to act quickly because JW and Flusha will work back down middle and pincer them inside the tunnel, so they've gone. They're through, and CageNB from mid is going to be the contributing factor as he takes down Pronax to give them the sight, and JW, although low on HP, is desperate to get toward that doorway before the bomb's in place. Unfortunately, he's a little bit late in doing so, and Flusha wants to go recover that one rifle that was dropped and naturally concede the round as JW just wants to do exit damage.
Yep, so JW with that really aggressive push up middle, completely undetected till he got to the top there. Takes down Zipex, but unable to do anything else on that. He's just waiting outside the bomb side. Now, I think the idea there was just try and make the T's stay in the bomb side as long as possible, potentially make them drop some guns here, but he gets taken down. Flush is going to be the last man, takes an AK-47, and he's going to put that into the pit.
And look how careful TSM are on their exit as well, flashing middle because they know They've got 3 low players on HP, and the AK-47 is definitely in the hands of Flusha, but they know they need back into this economically.
So far, TSM have realized picking up the AWPs here, waiting for the aggression for Fnatic to come in is actually working out really well for them. Fnatic haven't really shown any sort of discipline. It's going for every spawn they get. JW taking every sort of pick, jumping onto Xbox is really throwing the rulebook CS out the window and is going for absolutely everything here. Now TSM realizes just hold back, wait for their aggression, then we can make our move. So they get 3 rounds on the board. They're going to have that double AWP setup once again, but JW buys back in. He hasn't got any armor or real grenades to play with, but this time he's be holding middle, looking towards short.
TSM are getting ever closer to the bottom and middle as well, as they've gone through the tunnels. That's Device and Kerrigan with the AWPs, and Kerrigan with the opening pick, going a little bit further, needs to turn back
Really
and hits
nice.
it. Perfect shot back through CT. Crims will push out through the smoke, but Dupree gets that trade, and they've got mid. And not only that, Xyp9x waits for the long rotation from Pronax, catching him off before he can even come back into the play. And Kerrigan, that shot before the smoke deployed. So perfect. I mean, even if the smoke deploys, they can walk through middle, but it just gives them one more player for them to try and retake the site with. Instead, it shuts down the effort before it even transpires and flushes in a 1-on-4, just trying to save a gun at this point.
So this is what Kerrigan's so good at, using his gut instinct and experience he's gathered over the years. He felt like there was an opening in middle for himself, got out there and found that really nice quick shot onto JW middle, and then like you said, shots coming in behind him, flicks round, seals the deal really with that flick round, takes a player down on the crossover there. It's just going to leave Flusha with the AK-47 once again. This time, I think they have a lot more reason to justify taking him down and maybe going for the hunt. You can see there, it's going to be Xyp9x hunting him down as well. He's going to be assisted as well by a teammate. And there they go, they get the kill as well. So that's a really nice round from TSM. Finally having some decent presence here after such a huge deficit going into this half. They've really actually broken the economy once again for Fnatic and should set them up for a 9-6 perhaps. It's a really nice way to get back into this.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, again, we talk about their CT side. It's more than capable of winning from that situation.
This is the first shot. I like this. So
Yeah.
just run through middle for no reason whatsoever. Just
This
using
one
that
was sick
instinct.
too, though.
Yeah, just turning around, sure the shots on the floor, turns around, bang. Just as the smoke blooms as well. Alof gets sat down there. It makes it a 5-on-3. He dies at that situation, but here we go. Round number 14, the full eco coming in from Fnatic. Got some
Fast
P250s.
That doesn't amount to anything. Flashes came out, and Flusha actually gets the first kill against Dupree, so they have to respond, and thankfully Kerrigan does with the AWP. So not a lot of kills for Kerrigan in the game, but the last 2 rounds he's had a heavy impact. And they find themselves in another 4-on-3 situation as KGB is going to go investigate what's going on over on the B site. Living up to the name. Crims, though, catches Xyp9x inside the smoke, and now it does fall back into a 3 versus 3 with 2 AKs picked up and no cross yet done. So Flash coming in gives Crims position in the window. Thankfully, Kerrigan spots him as well, and Device takes down Olofmeister. Last player remaining is in closet. They'll get him as well. And just before we go into the next round, to go back, also knowing it was going to be an eco, Dupree gun juggled the third AWP that was in mid all the way to the B tunnels to make sure there was no chance they could grab that.
He's picking that up, right? So now we get a blast from the past. 4 sniper rifles coming out in the last round. We know how scary this can be. We saw it at the major.
5.
But yeah, 2 for Fnatic, and it looks like 4 sniper rifles for TSM.
Auto sniper. Xyp9x is going to go for this. So they'll switch guns back to the AKs, but they want to spam door immediately.
Don't actually land any damage whatsoever, so that's a little bit of a damn squib there. But here we go, JW opening up the fragging onto Kerrigan there. Fantastic shot from him to open things up and potentially seal the deal on this round number 15.
It's disappointing when you have an auto sniper in that spot and you don't just spam the door preemptively. Like, you should just be
Expect
firing
some
into
damage
that.
to be exchanged at that forward part. But here we go, Device just going a lot looser now. It seems like they're just trying to face certain angles with the AWPs. We saw Kerrigan pushing out middle last round. Device fancies a bit of that action as well. Actually, other man down right now, so they need to find a frag if they are going to get back into this. And there it is, Dupree opening it once again. Can he make it 2? Doesn't matter. Xyp9x replies straight away.
Yeah, that trade kill is perfect because now they have the B site given to them. Device is also waiting for the cross, but needs to be aware that JW is coming down catwalk quickly behind him. Spots it up late, but it's an AWP up close, and JW has the same. It's a battle of no scopes, and Device will win it. Although Pronax does come around from behind and able to take him down with the M4 regardless. Bombs planted in the B site. And KGB will watch the window. Knowing Pronax was likely coming from the T side, Xyp9x did have his attention turned there, but has since drawn back toward the site. This gives Pronax movement and aggression toward it, but luckily Xyp9x catches him off. And there it is, 9-6 after being down 9-1.
Device did really well in that situation to even get a frag there. His attention was so focused towards middle. JW comes off short, somehow wins the no-scope battle. You'd expect JW to be the
winner in that one
he's
every
a master
time.
of the no-scopes, but Device prevails, and they get their 6th round on the board and actually get 5 in a row towards the end. So after they go down such a huge deficit, I think it was, like 9-1 or something at one stage, they managed to make it 9-6. Actually a very respectable score mark considering they lost the pistol, but here we go then. go into half number 2. Fnatic 9 going onto the T side now. TSM on CT with 6. The buy coming in from Fnatic is going to be 3 sets of armor, 2 utility players. So we saw some aggression coming in from Fnatic in the first half. Will we see a similar sort of setup from TSM? Looks like they will be boosting on the short as well. Most teams will try and face middle at the start just to get that early intel. This time, it's going to be KGB pushing up, and it's a fast, long play. Karrigan blind takes down Pronax. He's going to be very thankful with that one. They can just fall back now, but he's not done yet. He wants to, and manages to lock down and make this a 5-on-3 situation. Make it 3. Karrigan going absolutely huge here, and pretty much ties up this pistol round. Great headshots from him, and fantastic work as Device gets one himself.
And it's all headshots as well as Device with the third, or rather the fourth, excuse me. They only got 1 kill in the first pistol. Pistols so far over the 2 maps are 2-1 in favor of Fnatic, but that looks to be about to change as Karrigan hunts for his 4th kill. Krims will battle him away and at least discourage him initially, as Krims does have bomb as well, but a minute to go and everybody is swarming. There it is. Karrigan with 4. That one's not a headshot, won't matter. TSM starting off the second half beautifully, get up to the 7th round and have money to work with.
That's going to be frustrating for Fnatic as well. They did a nice take there, fully flashed Karrigan, but he took the chance, still held his ground in the corner, just doing some small, slow taps there, finds the headshot, falls back to the corner, and we can see the replay here. This is, there you go, don't mean to describe it. This is a much better portrayal of what happened. There you go, bang.
That second one was very nice as well. The first one was just already well lined up. What a difference it makes, though. The USP's still looking solid from that tap position, but this time we do have Fnatic working in toward the B tunnel area right now. 1 smoke out from Dupree. Device is actually supporting in mid as they've gone for the 3A fast play toward long, anticipating a rush in that position. So if they can find this entry on Dupree, there's a really good chance they can at least place the bomb inside a B bomb site, which is, as you know, Henry, a lot harder to retake.
Well, Fnatic will be forced buying into this one. They've got the Tech 9, some CZ. Olaf only going to be on the Glock and armor, though, so that's an interesting decision from him. But they've got some smokes to play. It looks like they may be smoking all CT spawn as they make their way out as well. It's a full-on B split here. 3 towards tunnel, make it 4. And it's going to be Olaf by himself with that Glock towards middle.
Peeking now, they will run into Device at the back of the site. Lines up 2 with the M4. Dupree comes around with the P90, only able to get 1. But add Device's total to the hat trick as Olaf, the last alive with 7 HP, desperate to at least pick up something in that B site. Gets caught by Xyp9x, and it's 1 round the difference.
Well, this is really difficult for Fnatic. They didn't get the bomb down in either the pistol or that force buy. Pretty much summarizes they won't be getting an AWP in the next round. So difficult start for them going into this one. TSM are aware of this situation. They know they don't have to buy up too heavily into this. They can keep their SMGs if they desire to, but Device at the back platform there. Really nice control play. Gets 3 frags. Gets locked down with a Tech 9 headshot towards the end, but still good work from him. And this has to be a full eco coming in from Fnatic. You can see they've got 3 P250s and some Glocks as well. No utility to speak of, but that's the opening frag somehow from Flusher by himself. You give him an inch, he'll take a mile. And Xyp9x now trying to lock him down. Grenades raining onto Flusher.
That took a while to actually get. It didn't show up in the obituary until just now, as Xyp9x will get Flusher, but Device, meanwhile, has picked up 2 in middle. So things have stabilized. You would have thought that kill would have come a lot sooner, but Flusher is pesky. And Device now with his 3rd in the round leaves just 1 remaining, and it's Olaf Meister, so never discount as he takes 1 more against Dupree, but hasn't been able to pick up a gun so far. And with 3 rifles poised and ready, 9-9 should be inevitable at this point.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You can got Olaf Meister with just a P250. He's got a kill on the board, but 2 kills for them in that scenario is not bad, but not really going to help them on going to his gun round. Talked about them. They could get Olaf Meister. He did actually stay with that Glock, right? So he could get an AWP if he really wanted to, but it looks like it's going to be 5 AKs going into round number 19 now. Things tied up. TSM able to convert that pistol round to a 3-0 on this half. So this is where it comes into the interesting part, the business end of this match, Matt. Can Fnatic get themselves into it? Not the best buy in the world. They haven't got everything. They haven't got the Molotovs to flush some CTs out. The AWP is going to be on the double setup. KGB and Device is going to be Device holding towards middle. And KGB would assume is going to be towards that car area as we see him play so well.
Device with the first AWP does look through the mid doors. They're going to walk into his crosshair. Slight adjustment, and he'll take down Pronax. Smartly retreats inside the site as well, but how does he play it? On the platform, it gives up so much room in middle because Xyp9x is late on his rotation, and they're smoked off, so it is going to be a full 2-2 pinch, and Device is on the platform, but they're flashed off. KGB hits Flusher, but Device eventually does go down, and Dupree, he can't survive much longer. Although the man advantage is still in the favor of TSM, the bomb is inside the B site. Olaf's low on HP, but an AWP staring at the doorway is discouraging, and TSM need to be very careful as they approach it. already the case in point, excuse me, is Olaf Meister does pick up one on exactly that angle, and now he's gone back to the platform, and Kerrigan knows it. So how do they try and move him, distill him from this position as Ipix uses the smoke, and that's exactly how they'll do it. The headshot as well, or rather, just the kill, but regardless, time is ticking, and they need to get on this bomb immediately. They both have kits, so they'll be able to play one and hold out the other, and Kerrigan hits it in the smoke so they can hold the defuse, and that will give the round to TSM.
Actually, a really sneaky play there from Crims. We thought, once he got in that position, I thought, okay, he could actually make this interesting, but a nice smoke placed by TSM. Heads it down to still a difficult situation, but Kerrigan finding that shot through the smoke, seals the deal, and gets him into a great spot now. That's 10-9, 4 in a row for TSM, looking really strong now. Fnatic will buy into this once again, lost bonus once again playing in their favor, but 5 AKs, not much in terms of utility. They have no grenades on JW or Flusher. It's just going to be smokes from Crimson not off there. And the AWP set up, going down to 1 this time, but TSM definitely in a strong position. They retake long now. Zipix going for the full-on spray. Manages to take down 2. Actually, Kerrigan takes the second one off him, but it's another 5-on-3 situation. Fnatic looking a little bit lost here.
Looks very good for TSM. Conversely, though, is another smoke deployed on that long cave position. Kerrigan's actually going to try and take advantage of this. Get himself in behind the door, and he inevitably is going to run into some contact here because the bombs come back over in that position as Crimson Olaf. Now, if they can get this trade, it does still open up some map space for them, but so far that's not even going to happen. Eventually, Kerrigan does go down, but KGB's on the A site, and Zipix will rotate out. It's not done with that pick alone. One more, and they might give themselves the chance to divide onto a bomb site, but they're splitting up. Flush is going to work toward long, while Olaf wants to work back toward Catwalk, using that smoke at the double door position, and Device, he hears him jump up in the box, but can't spot him and doesn't want to take the chance of giving away that extra frag again. Next pick could really determine the round for Fnatic.
They're trying to pincer the A bomb site right now. That's why they've got one player up to shore, one player long, just hoping their individual skill can actually pull this one off. Olaf Meister narrowly avoids death there, but Zipix takes down Flusher towards long. It's just going to be Olaf now. Not going to save this time. Going to be going onto the bomb site. 20 seconds to play with. Device deals with him and puts the 11th round on the board now.
And 10 rounds in a row if you go back to the last half now for TSM. This was 9-1 when it started to slip away, and it's definitely gone now as it's 11 for TSM.
Well, could be 12 as well. Looking at the money for Fnatic, they can't really justify too much. It'll be another one of those quasi-buys I mentioned before, is when you can get some utility on the boards from upgraded pistols, but you need to keep your money around the 2K marks. They can't really justify body armor as well. So difficult round for them, and this is one you would assume is going in the favor of TSM, but never assume in CSGO. That's something I've come to learn these days, especially when you have teams like Fnatic on the eco rounds. They're going to make their way through middle. It's going to be an early big battle, and somehow Flusher wins that one. Hands on his face, not really sure how he got away with it, but there we go.
Interesting to note as well, we haven't seen a Zeus yet today. I thought we may still see them, but obviously the nerf is just enough to discourage. Dupree on the back platform, though, has them lined up as they come through. That smoke's deep enough so they can get into the site, but can't really go much beyond it. And the pistols, although they rattle shots toward the box in hopes and anticipation that they'll be lucky enough to find a kill, and eventually do, they still have to contend with the fact that KGB is in the windowsill. And the bomb's crossed over, so they may still get a plant out of this, which will bode well for the economy moving forward, and with the fact that TSM's not yet through into the site. And a flash on the doorway. It's buying them a little bit of time. There is kits on all 3 players for TSM, but watch the crossfire. KGB baits out one more flash. Zipix goes through regardless, but they're getting lined up right now, and it comes down to a one-on-one. KGB, and Crims knows it, so he's going to get just around the corner. And has he bought himself enough time? It's down to the one-on-one, and Crims has to go back in, and Fnatic will pick up the round.
So there we go. I said before, never count them out as eco rounds, and somehow they pull it off, get themselves into B-bomb site. It's a 3-on-3 situation. You would assume TSM would be able to get together and actually utilize that, but they get taken down one by one. It comes down to that last situation, and unfortunately for KGB, can't land the damage into the B tunnels. He did the right play there. Had he just done a bit more, could have won the round, but now Fnatic definitely back into this one. They get JW on the AWP here. TSM not going to be too hurt in terms of money here. They have with AWP themselves on Device, but this is a huge round. If Fnatic can win this one, they probably will break the economy of the CTs. We're back for 4 for fair so far.
We haven't really seen the catwalk plays come in from Fnatic, and whether or not that's a direct response to the fact that they know how strong TSM are in that position. Dupree catches him off, reads the tracers, and takes down Olofmeister inside the B tunnels.
Yeah, Dupree's been fantastic tonight.
He has
really
been
has,
excellent.
opening the first frag. Once again, gets that first kill. Be interesting to see on the scoreboard where he lies with that. Device gets down JW, and that should be the round secured here. Device potentially overextending here. Didn't need to face his angle. Should be falling back to the bomb side now, but now gets himself in a difficult situation, but he prevails. Takes down Crims, and now it's the 5-on-1. Flash is going to be the last man remaining, and he picks up the AWP, and you would assume he's just going to save that in the situation.
Yeah, he's already trying to climb through middle. He'll find Kerrigan, and now they have his position, so they'll start to push. Dupree coming out of B and Cajun down toward A. But as you said, I mean, this is a point in case. People always look at the statistics post-match and say, oh, this guy had a negative whatever scoreline. He's terrible. He's terrible.
Difficult to read into this, right?
Well, that's the point. And Dupree right now actually sits at 9-16. But like you said, he's been fantastic. And the frags that he's had have had so much impact. Not to mention on Inferno, he led the way.
If you're opening up rounds like that for your team and actually securing yourself and pinning the CTs back into a passive setup because you've secured the round essentially and actually made the Ts completely cancel their plans going into it, that's the most important frag of the whole game. Of that round, sorry. It doesn't. You can't look at the scoreboards post-game and say, oh, this guy did badly.
No, it's
like, even if you didn't watch it.
Approach.
But here we go then.
Needs to stop.
After winning that last round, Fnatic losing that one, they're actually going to get the 1400. No bomb going down this time. So they're going to have to take another eco on the chin here. They can't really justify much more than P250s. Some smoke grenades as well. They throw a smoke towards exports, I'd assume. I didn't really get to see the fray. It's actually going to go straight towards mid doors. 4 players heading towards the B tunnels. It's just going to be Olaf towards top of mid. Actually a full-on B rush coming in. Dupree ready for this, though.
You say ready, but he's almost caught in no man's land.
He chucked the incendiary down, which completely cancels out the rush at that stage. Unarmored players can't really run through incendiary. They just get chewed apart. But now they're going to have to change their plans. JW with the CZ. And once again, never discount these guys in these sort of rounds. But Dupree opens it up once again. And now Olaf and JW getting themselves up onto the short control.
Unfortunately, it's just an eco round, but this is one of those situations I was talking about where Cajun B is ready at the car position, and they are grouping on catwalk, but Xyp9x is so far away. Fortunately, he reads this and gets back in position, but look how far Cajun B's forced off the angle before he can even get the first shot in. And with just having Xyp9x down below, although he's eventually gone down, he's got the support system. So Dupree is able to take JW, and Cajun can just hold that same angle, and Crims will walk into a crosshair. It's 3 rounds to go for TSM.
This is the round I'd like to see something a little bit more aggressive from the CTs. Like, this is the big plays now. You can't let Fnatic do a full execute onto you. You want to just get up in their grills, go for that first pick again, potentially boosting up Cajun B up to short, maybe playing one up towards B, give him some more firepower towards A. But I'd like to see something a little bit more interesting for them this time instead of waiting for Fnatic. Let's try and mix it up a bit and see what we can do. But here we go. We go into round number 24. 13 plays 10 in favor of TSM. Playing 3 players towards longest time. Device can be playing middle, and then Dupree in the B bomb side by himself. Fnatic just getting that mid control as they send 3 players towards lower B.
Oh, Flasher tries to flash himself through Kerrigan. He's going to be heard running into that corner. Likewise, though, he knows Flush is out toward the dumpster, so they'll go for a one-on-one exchange as we keep our eyes locked on Device because he's got company on the adjacent side of that smoke. And Kerrigan wins that battle I spoke of at long, so it's a man advantage again now for TSM, which does not look good for Fnatic. And this time they've changed their approach. Because they've kept so much pressure at long, Xyp9x hasn't yet rotated down toward that mid position. And it keeps 2 players at long. In fact, they're going to switch it again with Kerrigan now going to platform. But still, it'll leave Dupree to rotate over.
I'd assume they're going to
hold off Cat so much quicker.
Yeah, they're going for that A play here, flashing off Cajun B, and now he gets the opportunity to take frags down and gets
That's a huge kill. That's the drop player gone without the need of a support system. So, unfortunately, he loses out to Pronax immediately after, but it would have made his job so much easier. Instead, it's the crossfire that now has to come into effect, and Pronax, again, is going to spoil the plans of TSM as he takes down Kerrigan. But still, it's a man advantage for TSM, although it's not anymore. JW catches Dupree in transition up the stairs and not prepared. It's now a post-plant situation that favors Fnatic, although it has to be said their positioning on the site is not ideal. And Xyp9x down below the wall, the precipice of the A site is going to catch both players entirely off guard.
Fantastic. Xyp9x, a huge performance there. That was a round that's going to define the entire game here. That's going to put Fnatic onto low money again, but Xyp9x coming in, nice little retake there. JW looked like he got Fnatic back into that round, and you can see how that's affected the Fnatic money. They're looking down at match point now against TSM. They've got 3K in the bank. This is where it comes down to. Xyp9x goes in with the huge plays here, double spray down, and gets the defuse there as well. So excellent stuff. And now you can see Fnatic can't really justify not buying into this round. They're going to have UMPs, Tech-9s, Galils. You have to think, though, TSM, this is the chance to take it to overtime and just, well, at least guarantee themselves overtime is what I mean.
And that almost feels like a Hail Mary for Fnatic as well. They got the bomb plant down so fast, but really had no escape plan. So once they were stuck on the site, they had to fight with skill, and unfortunately Xyp9x caught them off guard. But as you point out this time, and as we see in the obituary, they've got the man advantage, having secured 2 kills against only the 1 in return. Fortunately, that's been turned back now for TSM, as Xyp9x will get JW. These Galils, they need to find frags right now. And again, it's another trade. It's the pistol instead, mind you, from Olofmeister, but Crims is gone, and it's 2 versus 2. The bomb planted, though, does bode well, as KGB is just arriving at long now, but through the edge, it's going to be Dupree. That distracts Pronax enough, and KGB will walk out. It's now going to be map and series point for TSM.
So we're currently at 9-1 in favor of TSM. They've actually done exactly what Fnatic did in the first half and just completely mirrored it and gone straight in. And now they're in charge. They get to match point here, not even map point. This is absolutely fantastic from TSM. A really strong second half of this, and considering the first half, the way it started. What a result this is so far.
This is exactly how they started off last season in PGL as well, going straight into the upper bracket against Fnatic. Envy was beaten by NIP in that case, as those 2 teams were here in a 69 overtime game, if those of you who don't remember. And it looked like NIP at the time, because TSM had never won an event. It was their best chance to finally reach a final, and then TSM just walked through them, and they met Fnatic for a rematch in the final, where they made no mistake about the best of 5 with a map in hand. So things starting to repeat themselves here, at least to open things up for the tournament. As Device again will take down JW, but Crims through the smoke will get him back. So still a chance for Fnatic to push this just a little bit further. Not if Kerrigan has anything to say about it, though.
He's been really great in that long area, though. Olofmeister picking up the AWP this time from a fallen comrade, I think. So takes down KGB, gets us to a 3-on-3 situation. As we said, this is match point for TSM around. Fnatic have to win here, and they haven't got the bomb down yet. Still have 1 minute remaining. Dupree's going to be isolating that B bomb site as he does get some confrontation here. Through the smoke, they may just walk straight past each other.
Crims needs to be so aware of this right now. Dupree needs to land the shot and doesn't. It's actually turned back. Olofmeister gets that kill. It's all down to Kerrigan, so they've got to walk in and try and get this bomb planted before he arrives. He does get Crims, but they're going to hold the bomb plant, but he actually catches off Pronax and Kerrigan. He's going to win it for TSM. All 3 kills to clutch it out. And TSM will meet VP in the upper bracket tomorrow.
That's sick, Matt. That's like one of the best retakes here. What a time to take it as well. That would probably knock TSM onto an eco there. And he just wanted to get this game done and dusted just then. Coming from the tunnels, finding 3 frags of the bomb planet as well. That last kill onto Olofmeister. Fantastic stuff from Kerrigan, and showing why he's one of the best players in the world right now. In-game leader and big fragging potential as well. And can AWP, so he's got the whole package.
And with the A1 there as well, it was well shot and well struck, because it was 3 headshots to make that work. What a play from Kerrigan. So that's it. That's our schedule set for tomorrow.